Hello everyone, welcome to Chef's Kitchen. My name is Shefali Karalkar. You can also call me Chef. This is a new initiative to learn how to make restaurant style food in these four walls. So you will never have to leave your house again to go to the restaurants in these lockdown. Alright, come on, let's start. So the first lesson that we are going to learn today is Indian bread. Now, there is one Indian bread which I have a lot of fondness for, and a lot of people would want to know how to do it. Now, the Indian naan bread, say a roti, butter roti, or a naan bread, a kulcha, is something which uses yeast or curd, and you usually need tandoor for it. You can make it at home, but let's face it, it's not going to be the same. But there is one recipe which is always going to be the most authentic thing and the most tasty thing. Either it's in the restaurant or it's at home, and it is known as the lachha paratha. So today I'm going to teach you the lachha paratha, and I will give you tips on the way to how to make it healthy. To show you what all is required, you would require half cup of maida, 1 tablespoon of semolina or rava, 1 tablespoon of butter for binding. You would require a little sugar for the puffiness. You are going to require a little bit salt, a little of ghee, just maybe half tablespoon to rub the flour in. You are going to require a little refined flour for dusting, and just a bowl to mix everything together, and a wet cloth. So we are going to first take the half cup of maida. You are just going to put it in just like this. You are going to add a little salt, a little bit of sugar. Now I have used organic sugar, but you can use any kind of sugar that you like. You can even use granulated sugar, caster sugar. Avoid using powdered sugar because it usually has starch and we don't want it. So we are going to add a little bit of sugar. The sugar gives you puffiness, so that's really good for your lachha paratha. Then you are going to add 1 tablespoon of rava. And now the most important thing, you are going to add the ghee. I don't know if you are aware that when you make croissants, when you make pie, you usually rub the flour in, or even the biscuits, so that it gives you the crummy texture. And this paratha, you can say, tastes a little like croissant, but what I mean is it's the Indian bread, flattened Indian bread croissant, what you can really call it. It's extremely flaky, very buttery, and extremely tasty. So now just make sure that you are rubbing the ghee in. You just have to make like texture like sand. So now after this is done, we add a little warm water. Just make sure there is no kind of real measurement to the warm water, because you just have to go along with it. So at this point of given time, when you are adding water, just make sure you are making your dough semi-soft and not soft, because at the end we are also going to add some butter to it. So you have to make sure that it's semi-soft, or else it's just going to be clumsy at the end. So just keep on kneading it. Don't put a lot of pressure, just a little pressure maybe. I think it has become very soft. You can always add a little flour to it. Towards the end, your bowl should be completely clean. So just rub off all the excess flour that you have in the bowl. You're going to add the butter. It's just maybe half a teaspoon of butter, but it's extremely important in the recipe. Now, it's when you start binding the butter or kneading the butter in the dough, it's gonna be really disgusting. Well, towards the end, if you're going to get a great product, then why not get your hands dirty, isn't it? So just bind in the butter. If you think the butter has become too much, like I think it has in this recipe, so we are just going to add pinch of refined flour just to make sure that it's not too soft. Okay, how your dough gonna look like. Okay, so this is the consistency. So if you can see, this is how soft it is, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to take a wet cloth or maybe a wet napkin, and we are just going to cover it just for maybe 10-15 minutes. Now our dough has rested for a while. Okay, so it's soft now and it's extremely nice. What we are going to do is we are just gonna bind it a little and we are going to make 4 parts of it. Alright, so the last 2 parts that you make are going to be smaller than the first 2 parts that you make. This is the time that you have to make your dough a little soft, knead it without cracks. Yes, you can just apply pressure while rolling it out. Okay, so now you are going to take a little flour. Alright, just put it in over here. Just make sure that you have to roll it thin at this moment. So let's start doing it. And don't worry if your rotis are not gold, because we are going to just break it again. So don't worry about that if it's not round in shape. Just to make it healthy, if you would like, you don't have to necessarily use maida. You can also use wheat flour for this. And if you want to use bhakri flour, like maybe jawar flour or rice flour or bajra flour, you can always mix it, but you will have to add a little bit of wheat flour to it, and then the process is the same. So this is how it is supposed to look. You can see how thin that is. Okay, it's as thin as a handkerchief, right? Okay. So now at this point you're supposed to apply fat in it. Usually the restaurants like to add butter to it, but now since I'm going to make it healthy, I'm just going to add a little ghee. So you can just brush the ghee on the inside. Sprinkle a little flour so when you're folding it, it does not become a hassle for you. Just a little bit of flour, right? So now watch carefully. What you have to do is just pick it up from the end, okay, and fold it like this. Every time you fold it, just make sure that you're pressing it down, right? Just pick it up and fold it. Press it down, pick it up, fold it, press it down. We have a thread ready. Now you can see the size of the thread. I don't know if you can. Now you can, right? So now, since we are using maida, it has a lot of elasticity, and at this point what we have to make it a little more thin. So what you do is you just hold the flour like that and just bind it like that. It will break at this moment, don't worry about that, because we are going to fold it in anyway, so you should be fine. Right, so we are going to start folding now. There you go. That is what you do, just like a chakli. You just fold it in. The part that is broken, you can just add it in. Right? Okay, and once it's done, it will look something like this. It's supposed to look like that. Alright, this is one way of making lachha paratha. Okay. Now that this is done, we are going to take a second dough ball, the bigger one, not the smaller one yet. Okay. We're just going to press it down. You're again going to repeat the same process. It's just that at this point when you're folding it, it's going to be a little different than the first one. And both of them are equally effective, to be really frank. But, well, everyone has a way of doing it, and sometimes people find one process easier than the other. So I'm just going to show you both the processes. So again, now this time when you do it, it has to be very, very thin, more than the first one. So you can just put it on one place, apply a lot of pressure at this point, and just keep rolling it up. Okay, so I'll try to make an attempt to pick this up so that I can show how thin this is. Okay, so this is thinner than the previous roti. Now you're going to apply ghee again and just add flour. Okay, so now in this process, you don't have to fold it. Instead, you're just gonna grab the corners and just gotta push it in. Okay, just gotta push it in. Keep pushing it in. Now you can start twisting it like this. Right, just twist it. Okay, just hold one side, one corner and start twisting it from the end. Just make sure that if the dough breaks like it just broke, you can just get it together. Alright, so don't worry about it. If you think it's a little thick, so you can always roll it. Okay, now the broken side will come on the inside, just like this, right? And then you start pushing it, and just tuck it inside and again press it. So at the end, you will have a product that will look like this. Alright, so don't worry about the size of the roti because we are going to add one more layer to it. Now this layer is going to be an important one. Again, this layer has to be very thin because we are just going to roll it around the first roti, right? So you remember the first way that we made it where we were folding the flour. We are going to use the same exact trick over here. We are going to just fold the flour. So the stripes will look something like this after you cut them. So now I will just teach you how to roll it. This is going to be the dough ball. Just keep it. So you're going to keep your tawa on medium low at this point. You're going to take the roti, right, and just put it in the center. So now this